Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today, I decided to follow up yesterday's video because, yes, I did cover a lot of what Kick Vic was doing during this lull, but there was another point I was wanting to get at that I just felt like I didn't really touch upon too much, or if I didn't touch upon it too much. That's what generally happens when there's a lull. When you're following something, when you're kind of involved with something, whether you're just kind of keeping track of it or following it, whether it's like a news item or a sports team or what have you, or whatever. So, sometimes, as is the case, there are oftentimes you have highs and lows in anything. The last high we had in the Vic case was, during the depositions. And then after the depositions, now we're back to sitting around waiting. We're sitting around waiting for basically for the next set of hearings, the motions to strike and the TCPAs. So, and as I pointed out yesterday, Kick Vic is active in trying to recapture the narrative, and trying to, really stir a lot of people's anger over stuff by saying, oh, Vic's not gonna win, Greg's right and Nick's wrong, Nick is just scamming you, this and the next thing, Sometimes when there's a lull and you're sitting around waiting for things to happen, it will definitely make you restless and maybe even a little reckless. We all want, I think for those of us on the I Stand With Vic side, those who are standing with him, whether it's because you believe, in due process and believe that he was treated unfairly and was not treated fairly, or you're a fan of his and, as I've said before, I have met the man and I have interacted with him. And from my own personal experience with him, I call BS on everything Kick Vic says. And I'm sure a lot of you out there do as well. Particularly those of you who and I stand with Vic. Okay? But as we're sitting around waiting, for the hearings, for the motions to strike hearing. And I think, as I mentioned yesterday, Ty has to have those motions filed by the 30th, which is a week from tomorrow. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow is the TCPA. The TCPA, as everybody knows, is the motion to dismiss. They're trying to argue that Vic is a public figure. They probably have a slimmer chance of... Obviously, he's not a general purpose public figure, but they do have a slight, they're banking on possibly, creating the argument that he's a limited purpose public figure, as they call it. The idea is that he has a spotlight on him at the moment. But then in that, I think one of the things people also don't understand is that to a certain degree, that also makes Monica, Jamie, and Ron public figures too. And as I understand the TCPA, most people would understand TCPA. This law was put into place to keep somebody like who was basically like super rich, and who was maybe like super rich, somebody like, let's say, Donald Trump or Warren Buffett, from suing somebody for criticizing them, But but we know that Kick Vic tries to abuse the system. But basically, back to my main point here. Or as at times when you're following something, you get caught up. When there's that lull, as you're sitting around waiting for things to happen, you can we obviously become restless and can become a little reckless. That's when cooler heads have to prevail, people. Now we know that Kick Vic is losing the narrative. They know it too. So they're going to strike out any way possible to ding our armor, to basically, they're gonna try to find cracks in our resolve and try to take advantage of those, and that's when we have to stand up for each other. We have to continue standing with Vic and stand up for each other too. As the saying goes, we're only as strong as the weakest link. Now, granted, I would love for Sentai or Bang Zoom or even Media Blasters in New York or whoever would come out and say, yeah, we're hiring Vic. Vic is auditioning with us on some current project. I'd love for that to happen. I understand why they're not. Nobody wants to really get caught up in this whole, mess. But we have to remain strong. The best ways we can help Vic right now is, one, by staying strong and supporting each other and, keeping our resolve. We know that the facts in the case are on Vic's side. Second thing is, start petitioning cons to invite Vic. Email them. Ask them, hey, can you invite Vic to your con? And do it nicely and politely, because you know that any con that does try to invite Vic, Kick Vic is going to be going after him. It's not harassment to ask for a guest to be joined at a convention. That's basically what they always encourage you to do. And I would also advise not only petitioning them to invite Vic, but also invite other voice actors who aren't associated with Kick Vic. That's a third part. We had a signal boost to companies like some of the small ones that are coming up, like FantasySoft and Phoenix Animation, as well as the ones that are already there. Sentai, Bang Zoom, Media Blasters. We're going to signal boost those companies as well to let them know, hey, if you stand up and do the right thing, we'll support you. You're not alone in this. If you decide to hire Vic and you get garbage from Kick Vic, we'll stand with you. That's what these dubbing companies need to know. That's what Sentai needs to know. That's what Bang Zoom needs to know. That's what Media Blasters needs to know. That's what FantasySoft needs to know. That's what Phoenix Animation needs to know. That if you hire Vic, we will stand with you. If you decide to hire Vic and Funimation and a little cadre of Kick Vickers, if they come after you, we will stand with you. You're not in this alone. Best thing to do to thwart Funimation's monopoly attempt is to start signal boosting the other companies. And that also includes Ocean Studios and Blue Water, of course. These are the ways that we can help Vic. It's very easy when they start coming out after you or after cons or whatever to respond in kind. But we have to remember to be very measured in our response. Facts and logic. That's what's going to win the day. As I've said before, the facts of this case are on Vic's side. So it makes whatever legal manipulative arguments that some of these Twitter lawyers are coming out with moot. Because the facts are on Vic's side. We know that every story that's come out against him has been either outright debunked or been shown as a misrepresentation of what has actually happened. Kick Vic is good at lying and misrepresenting, but they're not really good. They're not really good at having actual evidence to support their claims, and we know that. So, as I said before, let's not be reckless in our responses to them. Remember to always take a deep breath and have a very measured response. The one thing they can't fight back against is facts and logic. Anyways, if you guys want to check the links below, want to contact me directly, my Twitter handle will be down there. I'm also promoting, as you well know, I'm also promoting, FantasySoft and Phoenix. And as I've been saying on my videos, I've been trying to single boost the other companies as well. So you guys should definitely check out FantasySoft and Phoenix Animation. I know for a fact that Vic is already involved in a role with FantasySoft already. So his career is not over as they want you to believe. Okay. I also, of course, I'm still promoting the GoFundMe. Because, litigation takes money, guys. Now, don't ever feel pressured like you have to. If it's on your heart to do so and you have the ability to do so, then please consider donating. And if you've donated before, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, at least you can help out by, signal boosting the cause, sharing the link to where other people, maybe you may not be able to donate, but maybe two other people who, if they hear about it, may decide, hey, this guy is being shafted. He needs help. I've got some cash. I'll help him out. And if you like this content, just remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always look forward to the conversations with you guys. As you know, I will always reply back as soon as possible. So, yeah, let's keep this conversation going, guys. Because remember, you're on the mic, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.